They lack the exposure, they lack the motivation. So we thought if we can go in and step in and give them that push, talk about our own story, talk about our own challenges that we've had to overcome. Tell them, girls, boys, we also walked without shoes. We also suffered what you're suffering. We went through what you're going through. But we made it at different levels where we are. We made it through focus, through being disciplined and staying in school, through hard work. We made it through, deferred gratification. You don't have to have the things that you need right now, here and now. You can work hard, and then in future you will have even more than you are desiring at this point. We thought if we go in education, if you interact with the rural youth and ask them especially one question, what do you want to become? Interacting with rural youth, it is my passion. Each time I go to my village rural home for Christmas, I do invite children around my home for a Christmas party. And don't start thinking that I have lots of money, I go throwing parties. I do popcorns, biscuits, balloons, soda, and that is not a big budget. I manage. A number of us could manage that. So when they come and we've had our soda and balloons and popcorns, then we have a session where we interact. And one of the main questions I always feel I want to ask about is about their ambition. Where are they going? What do they think about the future? What do you want to become when you're older? And the answers I get are not very amusing. A number of them will be so eager to tell me, here, me, a driver. Here, boda. Those are not very exciting, goals. And so I realized we can't just walk away. We cannot come from these villages and then pretend that everything is okay, that all is well, that we don't have a role to play. And I thought we really have a big role to go back and mentor the young people, to go back and give them bigger, help them to set higher goals, to go back and help them realize that there is a bigger world out there. It doesn't stop with their small trading center. I realized that we have to do something. And so our concept is that we recruit. When we came up with this vision, we decided that the way we shall approach it is by recruiting on a voluntary basis individuals as mentors of students. Individuals like me and you, as mentors of students. These individuals must have a passion for community work, community service, be mature and responsible and of high integrity in society, be willing to motivate, to inspire, and to share their life story, be esteemed highly by peers and community around them. In other words, we are going to the rural communities to inspire young people for higher goals, to talk about values that are based on the Christian faith, because Rising Hope Foundation has been based on the Christian faith. And so we are guided by those principles, and that's what we shall represent, that's what we represent in the community. And so right now we are creating a pool of professionals in diverse fields. Young people. And I'm asking you, I'm appealing to you right now, if I say that if you fall in the above category, if you have a passion for the community, if you love to volunteer, if you believe you're mature, responsible, and with high integrity, if you want to motivate, to inspire, and to share your own story, if you believe that you're well esteemed, please join our team so that we can be able to give back to the community, so that we can be able to develop young people for a better future. Please, there is a form that will be passed around. Write your name team of mentors, because Rising Hope Foundation is not limited to just a few people. It's not mine, myself, and me. It is about everyone. Anyone who would want to make a difference, you're welcome to join our vision. You're welcome to be part of us. We use structured mentorship sessions. A number of us have a teaching background, and so we know how to deal with the young people, the children, and in a way that is positive and guiding. Especially since ourselves, we are part of the team. We also solicit scholastic materials from urban schools. I want to remind you parents who are here and children. A number of times when your children leave one class and go to another, the books they've left behind are actually useless. You're not having any use anymore. When your child leaves primary 1 and goes to primary 2, the books of primary 1 are now garbage. Storage becomes a problem, and even some people start using them to light the sigiri. But sadly, those books mean a life to a child in that village. Children in the village have never interacted with textbooks, and if they can get those books that are a burden to keep in your houses, it will make a life for them. Please donate those books to Rising Hope Foundation. Ask anybody, anyone who may have books in their homes to donate them to Rising Hope Foundation. We have a great use for them. Amen? Amen. Our vision is to make a difference. Simply to make a difference. Through mentorship, through sponsorship programs aimed at improving young people's ambition, hard work, and self-image, and their access to secondary and post-secondary education as a weapon to fight poverty. If I will, I'm not going to ask you to put up your hands, but I know a number of us, more than 50% in this room, are here in the city or living the kind of life we are living, not because we've inherited from, but because we have been exposed by the grace of God to the gift of education. So it is education that will break the poverty of our communities. It is education that will help our rural people to think differently, to access different opportunities, and to be able to live better lives. So our values include selflessness, and if I should define it, that is giving without expecting. Writing that novel and saying, okay, I could have done with the money, yes, but let someone else have it. Because at least I am able to have food on my table, even without having to have that book. But there is someone who really needs it for a greater cause. That is the selflessness we are talking about. The association is non-profit making, and the activities are on voluntary basis. Being creative and innovative, everyone who will come on our team has the freedom to suggest what approach we can use so that we can make even our package better and more useful. So if you come, don't say, editor said we do this, editor said we go and say this. No, we all have to agree to inspire one another so that we go and take something even more right to the children that we are helping. Teamwork and participation, integrity, one of our main values. The objectives of Rising Hope Foundation include to ignite the passion for academic excellency among the rural youth. We want to tell them that it is possible. We want to give them the tips. We want to encourage them. We want to help them access textbooks. We want to help them, those who cannot afford and are working hard and are achieving much. We want to help them pay their school fees in time. We want to help them not live with the fear that we lived with, so that they can concentrate and do better. We want to motivate students and the youth to compete and to pursue secondary and post-secondary education. Not to think that now I've finished P7, if I'm a girl, I should be thinking of getting married or blah, blah. We want to sensitize the communities on the values of education. We recognize that even if we went from here and we went and tried, to motivate the children and to talk to them, whatever we do, if the parents are not involved, if the community leaders are not involved, we may not make a big breakthrough. So we realize that we have to involve, to sensitize the communities themselves. We have to sensitize the parents. We have to sensitize the community leaders, the church leaders, so that when they stand in the pulpit, once in a while they'll be able to talk about education and to encourage the parents to take education of their children serious and to encourage the children to take education very serious. That is when we shall have an overall success. Creating opportunities for all the young people, regardless of social status, gender, religion, or tribe, to instill entrepreneurial skills and a culture of hard work among young people, so that out of school, people are not helpless. They know how they can move forward. To encourage responsible living through the use of role models within the community. That is what I'm saying. For you to go down there, you're willing to be a role model, and therefore you have to be willing to live a life of integrity, because you're a role model, and what you do will affect the young people that we are going to work with. And mainly, giving back to society. The society that raised us, the society that gave us the opportunity, even when we may not have had that opportunity, looking at where we were coming from, looking at the minimal chances that we had to access the kind of education that we did access, it is an obligation that we give back to that society. The governance of the organization. The organization is quite a young organization. It was born together with the book, I Have a Dream. Just after I wrote the book, I decided to donate it to charity, and then we came together with the other people and we structured this organization. It is growing. It has a board of directors. Board of directors who are here, please stand up for recognition. Okay. We have an advisory board, an advisory panel. Honorable Tashogia. And on our advisory panel, there is also Dr. Sarah Nenavanji. She wasn't able to be with us today. Those are the people that are advising us in the way we can be able to achieve our vision and to keep in touch with our vision so that we don't meander. Mr. Gabe Fasolino, he is working hand in hand with us in terms of expanding our vision and in terms of how we can promote our vision out there. We have team members. Team members include all mentors. A number of them are here. If you're one of the mentors, please stand up for recognition. Yes. Those are the mentors. Some of them have not yet entered. They'll be caught up in the traffic. But all of them, all together, right now we are 16 people. And we are still calling upon you. If you believe you can be part of our vision, please register with us. We will share with you our vision. We will train each other. We will work together. At this moment, I am the director in terms of programs, and we have one employee. Even as the director, I am a volunteer, but we have one employee. Where is our one employee? Oh, she's working outside. So we are an organization that has only one employee who is paid at this moment. Every other person is working as a volunteer. Oh, our one employee is right there. You are giving to Rising Hope Foundation. If you give a donation you're making the life of a child much better, much easier. Donate used textbooks. Please, as I already said, make a difference in any way that you think you can. You can buy textbooks, a number of them, and donate them to charity, to the poor schools in the village. You can do anything so long as it is to help those poor children. You can ask me for reports every month, every year. If you want, you can ask me for bank statements so that you're sure what you've given, what you have bought, the money has actually gone to the Rising Hope Foundation activities. Targets for the year. Being a young organization, we are still taking baby steps. And our approach is not for the masses. We are not looking at everyone should be able to read and write by the year 20-something. We are looking at identifying talent, and so we are looking at picking very brilliant children, however few, and taking them to good schools. And so we are thinking by the end of the year, we should be able to give 5 scholarships to children to go to a good school, those who will have performed very well from the schools we shall be dealing with. We are hoping to have 18 workshops to mentor the people. During these workshops, we shall also set the competition, because the scholarship is to be competed for. They are to get the scholarship on competitive basis. So if you have a relative and you're saying, okay, please take my relative in the other scholarship you mentioned, no. They are going to have to compete for it. They are going to have to earn it. We are also hoping that through the books we are collecting, we shall be able to establish a library in one of the schools. And the best time to love is now. So I'm asking you to join me, and we love them to school. Amen? Amen. I strongly believe that evil thrives when good people do nothing. We cannot sit around and do nothing and watch our children rot in poverty, watch our brothers and sisters lack the opportunities that we can be able to actually help them to access. We cannot watch our society continue to deteriorate simply because we are not willing to give. I am asking you that let us get our heads out of the sand. Let us not bury our head in the sand and pretend there is no problem. Let us be actively involved. Let us give. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Founder, with all the things that she said, I didn't hear any complicated English word. It's purely simple. You buy about 5-6 books, you know where the money is actually going. The best thing about it is that she's willing to give you accountability, and that probably might be a good deal for every one of us. I probably would love the question and answer series, but it can't happen because time is already first spent. I would like to, ladies and gentlemen, invite Honorable Tashovia. It's an honor. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really don't know how to start and make my remarks and the remarks that I will make. Our host this evening, or our hosts, Mr. and Mrs. Tukebase, the directors of the foundation, suffice to say, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am indeed extremely grateful and happy that I have been invited to be part of this meeting, of this launch. I have known Edna for quite some time, very many years. At the time that she was a teacher, then I remember we moved on to Rotary. Then in the course of time, I persuaded her to join me the place I was working, but no sooner had she come than I was also leaving for the responsibilities that I'm now doing. They are not exactly breed, actually. They are almost brown. To join the institutions, to join Rotary. You know, Rotary, the motto is to serve above self. And in between her remarks, she made quite a number of quotations from the Bible. And I know she has been a very active Christian at All Saints Church. And the church, the Bible commands us to care for those that are not able to care for themselves, to feed those that are hungry, and to clothe those that don't have clothes, and shelter those that don't have shelter. I want to thank you, Ada, that you have carried on the spirit of minding and caring for those that are not able to care for themselves, that you should lift those that are not able to lift themselves. May I ask the audience to come for you. Just as you are saying in your presentation, giving and making a difference does not depend on the quantitative contribution that we make, but one by one as employer makes a bundle. And I want to thank you and commend you for focusing at education as a way of helping those unfortunate young people. And I'm sure in your focus, you'll focus at the girl child that in many cases is not attended to, especially the places and the circumstances where we come from, where we have very little resources. The day before yesterday, I was having a discussion with somebody, and we are reflecting on education. Education in our own city, education that has made a difference to many of us around. I dare say that many of us around in this room, many of them, as you are saying, must have come from similar backgrounds, or even more disadvantaged background than the one you described that you passed through yourself. Without education, many of us would not be around. Many of us would not be in positions we are in, and definitely many of us would not be in parliament. No wonder you hear some people calling us potato growers. Because many of us come to Kampala for the first time when we are coming to great parliament. So to focus on education is extremely noble and important. Thank you, editor, and your dear husband for this very good initiative, for reflecting on where you came from and giving those that are not able. And to say that in our smaller ways, we shall support you, given the bigger resources that we have. And on this note, I would like to announce a small contribution of 500,000 shillings. That we shall donate to this foundation. Once again, I want to thank you, colleagues, those of you that have come from far and wide, and once again thank Edita, that if we can also emulate her, there is a lot that we can do to change the lives of those that are in dire need of help. Thank you so much, and may God bless you.
So yeah, let's give him another round of applause, just one more. Also for the contribution, I believe he's actually set the atmosphere for all those kinds of contributions, and there will still be too many more coming through. We'll be having a small interlude, and then we'll be right back. For this interlude is for you to interact and probably get to